I think it's fundamental to always remember the culture. Always remember the people. Always remember the city and its strong representatives and its community members all the way to tribal members. And bringing us together in a synchronicity of like mind, of fitness and health and well-being, and spreading them generational blessings of mental faculty, of financial literacy, and of all around improvement. Because if you believe in you, then I believe in you, and there ain't nothing that you can't do if you so choose. Spokane Tribe, stand up, you are. All tribes, stand up, you are. This is Sasquatch Warrior Chief, just tapping in to let y'all know I'm at it again. I'm always at it, and I'm at it. I love life. I love this opportunity to get up on here and just speak about just, community unity and community embedment. Um, Building bridges and not walls between us and others, setting them unprecedented standards and traditions that really are based off of not being materialistic, but being, um, community centric, based on knowing like everybody's color, creed, and everybody's village and understanding has respect that needs to be, you know, approached with first. Respect is one of those things that can be built upon and can build a lot of potential between potential relations, potential leverage, whatever it is. You got to look at it as, you are your most valuable asset. You could be your most valuable asset, or you could be your biggest liability. It's all about what you want. It's all about what you wanted to step into. It's all about what you wanted to be. And it's all about what you really first and foremost got in your mind. And then what's in your mind. You can establish and acquire things. Another feather for your woe bonnet, another jewel for your crown, another substantial, mental level of ascension as you rise and you reach certain levels of mental understanding. You got to drop them emeralds and stones and rubies and be like a ray of sunshine, because it's a spoken E medicine. It's a medicine. It's a tradition. It's a mesh for us to be like a sun ray, a vessel, and that's why I'm always just trying to be like a sun ray, like a ray of sunshine, like just like a river emerald, like just somebody, to somebody who's thinking about the leverage of yourself being the most valuable and brandable and most timeless and most precious thing, because you got God's sponsorship on your life. Because you breathing, you able-bodied, you got two hands, you can walk, you can speak, but make sure that you're doing it in a way that's building people up, not breaking them down. You setting them them youngsters up with the right state of mind, to where they ain't trying to be in no jailhouse. They ain't gonna catch no felonies. They ain't gonna catch no misdemeanors. They're gonna use themselves as the biggest asset, and they're gonna use their time, their energy to be useful to God, the Most High. You know what I mean? And that's what I want for my people. That's what I want for my village, for my tribe, for my hometown, and for the people that surround me, and for the people that come into my vicinity. Because you gotta always remember that as a man thinketh, so is he. As a person thinketh, so is they. Whatever pronoun. As a woman thinketh, so is she. As a child thinketh, so is thee. Whatever it is all about how you can control your mind. Your mind doesn't control you. You know what I mean? And nobody could ever control your mind or, influence you if you got God's sponsorship over your life and over your mind and over your body. And you know that you're a vessel. You a sun ray. You a ray of sun. You ain't just a dark cloud. You over here just trying to be better for yourself. And because you got to respect yourself, or you're going to neglect yourself. You got to respect yourself. And the true form of loving yourself is going out there and getting them push-ups in. Going on a walk, going on a jog, going on a hike. Reading them books, picking that stuff up. That's going to just be what is beneficial for you. And it's not just going to be like some suffering that succotash type stuff. It's going to be real deal. It's going to be them type of unprecedented like standards that is really just not necessarily only like on a surface level, but they on like a real spiritual and soul level. Because that brother and that sister and that child got so, that's why they got so much flavor and they so much seasoning on them. They so seasoned, They ain't bland. They got that, They real like nourishing, like that real like really good food is nourishing. And the most pluckest of the berries are the ones that's, they got that real good color on them and they real plump, and they, you gotta reach for those. And you gotta reach for that too. You gotta be like a plucked berry, and in a mental way for your peoples. You gotta be the one that's like they're gonna reach for you. So make sure you get your YouTube channel, you get your whatever it is that you want to get together, and you do it in a way that's like uplifting and beneficial to your peoples. It's not like dumbing them down and making them dull. You sharpening them up, you keeping them on point like a samurai sword or like a Indian spear, and you know. And a lot of the other brothers that I know, and a lot of other brothers that I see throughout each day, and the sisters that I know, and the children that of my village and my tribe, they know as well as I do how much impact we all have on each other. So they always on point. They always trying to do what they can to just be like, hey, how you doing, bro? Because it's not always about the money and the athletic part. It's just building that community and that pro-social behaviors between you and others, to where you're able to just, have more of a pro-social approach to community representation. How you doing today, sir? But it's like that. So as you go through those instances in your life, you always got to have practice pro-social behavior. Perfect example is, hey, how you doing today, ma'am? How you doing, sir? Oh, excuse me. Being polite. You meet people with respect first, and then that's always going to be just implemented in their mind. That man was very respectful. That woman was very respectful. That man's kids was very well behaved and very respectful and honorable, and they, you can leave them around their property and they ain't going to be doing no mischievous ass shit. So you got to always think about it, man. Some conditions and some people's behavior were just because of like really, really pressurized situations that, because I remember in them books that I've read that had scriptures in it, they was up and they was getting crucified, and the thief was like, you know what I mean? And was like, help me, you know what I mean? So you always got to understand how far is you willing to take it and how far is you willing to, and there's nothing wrong with jumping on certain platforms, jumping on certain things, and kind of having like, oh, I'm taking that. I'm taking that game. I'm taking that, I'm taking this what he's saying and applying it to my life. Like a thief in the night, I'm going to take what bro's saying and I'm going to go and I'm going to apply it to my life. Buy books, buy a punching bag, buy some wrist wraps, buy a, a jump rope, buy a fucking ab wheel, buy whatever. But buy the stuff that is going to make you a better person, a better man, a better family representation of who you are and your bloodline. Because as you walk throughout each day, you're a representation of who your family is and where you come from and who brought you up. So always remember that. Make your family have honor to his last name and respectable behaviors. So that's what I'm trying to do by just being more impactful with what I'm saying and the things that I'm doing, because I believe in Spokane. I know that we can when they thought that we couldn't. And it's always about just being, the proof is in the pudding. You got to walk it like you talk it. You know what I mean? So it's like knowing it, growing through that, understanding that, being able to see it for what it is at the end of the day. I hope and I trust and I believe in every single one of us that we're able to see the good, see the value, and see the hope, because that's what it is. This is like knowing that each one of us could teach one of us, and it's each one teach one, each one reach one, and that's brother see, brother do. So I'm trying to have you see me doing righteous things, going on a walk, going on a jog, going on a hike, going on a run, being a better man for my children, you know what I mean? Being a better man for my community, my tribe, for my mother. Shout out to my mama, shout out to my father. Very honored, very blessed, very, 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 very grateful for the things that they've taught me, and they're very, very implemental day to day in my life, because I honor my parents. And I know that they're very, very beautiful and very strong and enriching people. Their souls are so grateful for them. and that I could call them today. I could make sure that I'm texting them, my daughters, my family, my cousins, make them 700, pound phone calls. Make sure that, you never know. People ain't always making it, and people always ain't, always here when you know what I mean? So just build them bridges between people, not them walls, man. If you can't forgive, then forgive. Because if you want to be forgiven, you got to be able to forgive too. But at the end of the day, hey, man, I'm just trying to drop them jewels. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. I ain't going to hate on you. I ain't going to just be all, you know what I mean? I don't got no problem with stepping off because I know it's good. And it ain't nothing to me. How you doing today, sir? Right on. How you doing, ma'am? So it's just proper representation of as a man. There's always going to be times when you gotta, know when to, show up and show out. Be the one from your tribe, from your village that makes, them standards and unprecedented levels of achievement.